Hey guys, we're here with the Triumph and Treachery Warhammer Battle Report. We're going to start with, there's 5 people. We got Yoshi with Tomb Kings. Yoshi, walk us through your deployment.
In order to dig my friends, I made sure to march on line, but I also screwed myself and left an open backfield for these shades to scout in.
Yep. I guess we should say real quick, you can't deploy within 12 inches of another unit or 6 inches of the objective in the middle, which is Smeagol. Maybe I can get a picture of him. Yep, there he is. And so we were very humorously blocking each other's deployments, as we'll get to in a second. So Yoshi, finish your deployment.
I have Necrolith Colossus. I have a Orc, Black Orc, Big Boss. He has rerollable armor, enchanted shield, Sword of Might, and a boar, which is awesome. War Sphinx, 3 chariots of standard, 3 more chariots of standard, flaming banner, maybe. 8 Goblin Wolf Riders with shields, Snake Surfers, Carrion, 3 of them. My level 1 Hierophant.
Is he hanging out on a horse?
Yeah, he is.
All right.
For 8 points. Made it even. He has Cursed Blades, and I have the Casket of Souls, which I'm going to have to waste my turn on that guy instead of the freaking Steam Tank.
Hey.
Get him out of here.
All right. Casey, you want to go ahead and tell us about your deployment here?
I started off with my cavalry unit. I just got him 12 inches away from landing over there.
Alright.
Then I saw this guy over here being deployed, so I stuck the tank right here.
Yep. Hey, what is that? An Inner Circle Knight unit?
This is an Inner Circle Knight unit, yes.
Okay.
And this is a Warrior Priest right here.
Okay.
And then this is my mage on a warhorse.
Okay.
And then I saw all this crap happening, so I put Troglodyte, aka Trogdor, and then I have my Demigriffs right here.
Okay, so that's going to be a bloodbath over there.
Yep, and then we have the cannon, little skink chief right here to finish it off.
All right. Yeah. All right. Landon, you had a lot of fun deploying, from what I understand.
Yeah, I got stuck in the middle section of the board, and I had my friends, if I like to call them, a steam tank and a doom wheel right at the edge of their deployment, effectively giving me only about a 3-inch little line to put in because I have to stay 12 inches.
I don't want to talk about it. You're the one that told us we couldn't take anything personal.
Well, 3 of my good units are off as reinforcements. I got my a dwarf cannon, dwarf bolt thrower, master engineer, noble on an eagle, a couple of eagles, dryads in a wildwood, unfortunately.
Oh.
And my level 3 beast weaver.
Is not in the Wildwood?
She's not.
Okay. All right, I'll do my deployment real quick. I got a doom wheel, 10 crossbowmen, some giant rats, 25 spearmen, the Medusa on foot, and the Charybdis, who was hiding from a cannon behind that wall. And Chris will get to why he decided to stick his finger in my face and wave it around. It's you, Chris.
Excellent. I have Ogre Mercenaries, 3 Lead Belchers, and a Bruiser.
So
He
mad
has
at
a
you.
Pistol. Here's my Terror Geist to deal with everything hiding behind the wall by singing at them. I have 25 Graveguard, Killing Blow. Of course, they have great weapons in the Banner of Barrows. I have 20 Zombies with all available command. I've got 20 Skeletons with all available command. Then I've got 20 Crypt Ghouls with no command. I do have a level 2 Baby Vampire, Leadership 7. She has some other bells and whistles that will come into play, of course.
All right. So pretty much we get points for beating the crap out of each other, and we're trying to get to Smeagol. Do we get victory points just for hanging out next to him? Is that what happens?
You get 100 victory points for being the closest unit to Smeagol.
At the end of the game?
End of the game.
Okay, well, it's going to be a bloodbath. We'll get back to you guys at the end of turn 1.
Okay.
All right, Chris, why don't you tell us, you got first turn?
I scored first turn. Yep.
That's right. Let's talk us through what happened.
Here's what happened. I did cast a fireball spell off at the cannon. I did miscast on it. I did suck myself into the void. I did blow up all of the skeletons. I did crumble right away and immediately.
But I noticed that nothing seems to have taken any wounds.
Nothing took any wounds with the exception of 1 zombie, and I actually regrew 10 of them
Nice.
in that magic phase. I did scream off the Charybdis. I did shoot some
I'm going
wounds
to cry a little bit about that.
into the Drider. And that is the Vampire Ogre turn.
Okay. We'll come back after the next person goes. We don't actually know who it's going to be. Yoshi ended up going second this turn. Why don't you walk us through your turn?
Movement phase. I made some long charges. I'm not sure why I deployed offline other than I thought Casey might go first and I would charge in later. The Black Orc War Boss failed poorly. The Bone Giant, he just needed just a little bit more to get in. The Sphinx got in, the Chariots got in, but could not maximize, which sucks. And in Magic, I lighted death the Steam Tank, did 3 wounds. You should have some tokens or dice. I hopped over to the Knights. I killed like 7. That was great, and I was out of range to hop anywhere else. I ignored these guys just because I'll accept whatever the hell they do. And in combat, the chariots failed utterly. All my shit talking against the Troglodyte. The Primal Roar helped. Combat over here against the Demigryphs was a push. And it is someone else's turn, and please not Matt.
All right. Casey, what happened on your turn? It was kind of eventful.
I just moved forward to charge Landon. He fleed away from me twice. So
Yeah, the wizard and that eagle there.
yeah, they just failed charge. Then I went on to shooting. Tried to shoot some guys over here. I managed to get one chariot. Oh no, steam tank misfired.
Oh.
I did 3 wounds to it. So
No!
cannon here got the wounds, so not to steal from the cannon.
Okay.
Steam tank did absolutely nothing. Did some combat here. Managed to get one chariot down.
Nice.
Trogdor's standing still.
Yeah, I noticed he doesn't have any wounds on him
Yeah,
yet.
he's holding his own over here. He's doing very good. Griffins. This is kind of bloody head to head. I
Yep.
got some wounds on me. I got 2 on him. So
All right.
that's it so far.
Awesome. Well, we'll see after.
Oh, and the Master Engineer's fleeing.
Oh yeah, he fled as Landon panicked. So that's our first mercenary who has the possibility of going belly up, being bought off. All right, we'll get to you. It's me or Landon. We don't know who next. All right, so to screw with Landon, he got the last turn. So it was my turn next. The Doom Wheel made a ball-in 15-inch charge into that eagle and managed to restrain so it didn't have to try and blow itself up. My rats made a ridiculous charge through the woods into the cannon. With 6 attacks, they killed the dwarves. It blew up. It only killed the handlers, and so they ran into the wizard. So I got a boatload of victory points, and I'm kind of hanging out in Landon's deployment zone. In shooting, I tried to shoot the Terrorgeist and didn't hit it. I did, however, in magic, get a wound with Soul Stealer. I killed like 1 zombie, and I made the Lead Belchers Ballistic Skill 2 and Weapon Skill 2 because I hate those guys. Anyway, that's my turn, and next is, by default, Landon. All right, Landon, talk us through Wood Elves. Theirs pretty short.
I charged the Doom Wheel in for some vengeance. Didn't do a wound, but I was able to break it just off of combat res, which is good. I forgot to move the Dryads, which is sad because I only have 3 units on the table. But yeah, my Wizard's dead, my General's dead, my other units are off the table, and this unit has panicked. So luckily the Eagle rallied, so it's just kind of...
Oh, and your engineer...
And the engineer actually rallied, and I did not lose control.
Oh, all right, man. Well, we'll see who's top of turn 2 here in a second.
Hammer.
All right.
That's me.
So my turn, I went first. Everybody kind of showed up. The Doom Rocket guys showed up right here. Got the Chariot showed up. We shot everything we had at that eagle and failed. We did put a wound on the bird with the Drider, and everything kind of moved up. Magic was a bust. And I did 1 wound to the bolt thrower. Whee! Chris Johnson, your disheartening turn. Why don't you let us know?
Sure. I immediately had to, of course, crumble some more. So the rest of the skeletons crumbled off. I lost a few Graveguard. I lost 1 zombie. For some reason, they're nailing those 3s in order to keep the 2s alive. Lost 1 little Crypt Ghoul. Everyone seems to be sticking around. The Terrorgeist, unfortunately, took some severe damage.
Yay!
And I am just kind of scattering around, mimicking chaos. That's all I got to do.
All right. Well, we'll get back, and I think Casey just drew next turn, so we'll get back after his turn. Casey, why don't you tell me how your turn went?
Movement phase, I charged the Master Engineer, which was over here. I passed the charge. He challenged me. I decided not to take it. Warrior Priest went to the back.
Gotcha.
If I got you.
Defeated the Master Engineer, overran into the Eagle, which was already fleeing. Killed the Eagle too.
Very nice.
Shooting phase, I shot at Yoshi over here, killed another Chariot, and then it stopped right there.
Gotcha.
And then Steam Tank blew itself up, unfortunately.
All right. Well, and we'll not talk about it.
No.
Landon, what happened in your turn? You actually didn't go last this time.
No, I did. I jumped in. All my reserve units came on, even though they're in a tight pickle right now. Put the Treekin there. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. They're just going to guard that forest. Dryads come on to threaten these knights. I put the Glade Guard into the building, popped the wound off of a cannon. Drove into these guys and messed them up pretty good. I did take a wound. I'm not sure if that was a stand and shoot or the
It was the stand and shoot, yeah.
But they held, which is okay. I did manage to run the Skaven off with my bolt thrower.
Yeah, they didn't do any wounds. You did one wound. It was scary. Scary!
So, just holding on right now.
All right, so we'll get back, and Mr. Yoshi's the last person, so we'll get back after his turn. All right, as our last player in turn 2, why don't you tell us what happened?
It's a pretty productive phase. In the movement phase, I recharged the Demigryphs. The Bone Giant got in. The Big Boss got in.
Okay.
Those are my only charges. I moved to block the Graveguard from getting an easy charge into the Necro Knights.
Okay.
And Magic, I irresistible the Light of Death onto the Troglodyte. He made it with his Cold-Blooded. It was
Awesome.
pretty good rules. He dispelled my Curse Blaze to try and heal my War Sphinx. Shooting was ineffective. Combat, I crushed them. They failed their fear check, importantly. That was clutch. And I overrun into Skink Chief. The Troglodyte panicked. And I overran into the cannon, and the Bone Giant reformed.
All right, well, we're getting on to turn 3, so we'll figure out what happens. All right, Landon, you got first turn this time. Why don't you tell us what happened?
I charged. I sent the knights running off. They fled. I moved my dryads forward. I shot up some fast cab over here. I killed 5 of them between the bolt thrower and the glade guard. I did not do so well in combat here. I only did 1, and he stuck.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Always strike first, come on.
These guys stuck, so I didn't really score any points, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I do feel like my position's better.
All right, well, we'll get back to you after whoever takes the next turn. All right, Mr. Yoshi, why don't you tell us how your turn went?
In movement phase, I charged and pushed the Troglodyte off the board, which was a mistake. I should have waited till it rallied to get points.
Yeah, we
I
learned
did
that you don't get points for fleeing stuff off the table.
I had to retrograde Landon's money. I charged the Knights and pushed him into the forest. I think he took 2 dangerous train checks.
Yeah.
Or failed 2 dangerous trains. And the forest didn't eat him, but it did go crazy and tried real hard.
Yep.
And Magic, I tried to light death the Shades. The Dark Elf Stellan was too powerful. All 7 dice.
That's right. All right.
And combat, I killed the cannon. I killed the Skink Chief. Overran, looking at the board. And I sideways shuffled a little here.
All right. Well,
I moved closer to the Eternal Pit, the wording well, for more cover.
All right. Well, we'll get back.
And I raised 2.
Will you let me finish the sentence?
No, it's my turn. And I raised up 2 guys. It's end of my turn. Thank you.
All right. Casey doesn't want to talk, I think, but he definitely rallied that unit, and he cast flaming attacks and reroll wounds because he picked me as his enemy in Magic, and I just didn't dispel anything because we're bros like that. So yeah, and he tried to hurt himself again with the forest. So it's on to me or Chris next.
250.
All right, so this was my turn. That makes Chris last. I charged the rear of his ghouls with these 2 units here. I broke and annihilated them because I just all the combat res, and I did a bunch of wounds. He only did like 1 wound back. He couldn't even wound my sorceress. In Magic, I blew up a bunch of skeletons finally. Zombies, I'm sorry. I finally blew up a bunch of zombies. Now my sorceress is up to 8 wounds from Soul Stealer because she's boss. And hooray, I'm out of combat down here. And the chariot moved out of the eagle's line of sight in case Landon got frisky. The Skaven kept running. And I fired the Doom Rocket, and it was suspiciously off target. And it blew up some of my elves over there. It veered. Whoa. I was aiming at the treekin. All right, we'll get back after Chris's. Chris, why don't you tell us what's going on as Landon is taking his turn real quick.
Okay, I charged the remainder of his chariots over here and wiped them off the board. I was trying to overrun into his snake surfers, but did so failingly. Tried to scream some wounds off of the Drider to score some points and failed since I only have 1 wound left on the Terrorgeist. It is not very effective that way. Crumbled a little bit, nothing to even talk about. Shot a few elves off, again, nothing remarkable.
Yeah, you rolled really poorly on that.
I did score some extra token points over here, so I'm sitting high and mighty. We're about to do our last turn, which is going to be turn 4, I think.
Yeah.
And then we're going to add up all the points and conclude our tournament.
All right, sounds good.
You got your book.
All right, guys. So we're finishing adding up points. We'll go to a little post-battle recap after this. This was all of turn 4, and I'll just go real quick. Nothing over here happened. The Tomb Kings didn't really have anything. They shot like an archer off. Over here, the Treekin and these warriors just beat the crap out of each other. They have like the warriors kept having like a 5-up ward and flaming attacks, and Yeah, the knights. I'm sorry, whatever. The Empire people with swords. And in this last round, they actually won combat, and Landon rolled a 6 to keep them sticking because he hates Casey a lot. They're not friends anymore.
No, it's a little bit.
Landon, like I said, was fighting Casey, so he didn't charge any of my easy stuff. The Terrorgeist crumbled and scared the man-eaters, so nothing happened to my guys. You can just kind of see what's going on. Over here, since the Terrorgeist and the man-eaters couldn't do anything, the Grave Guard charged, and the Worm Surfers beat him up. Landon spent many shots trying to kill the Wolf Riders and left a single Wolf Rider right here. And my Bloodrack Medusa walked up, decided to stare at him, and he burst into blood. And I got all them points, and now I'm closest to the objective. And
Which is Smeagol with a fish.
which is Smeagol with a fish. And then also, I ran over here and shot the Hierophant with my Shades, who have been doing nothing all game. Because Yoshi had other things to do other than charge my Shades. He was fighting other stuff. And actually, the river killed a lot of Landon. It's a river of light, and it banished 3 or 4 of his people. And then Yoshi shot some people. And Casket of sold them, and so they died. So that's why the random Bloodbrack Medusa is left standing, because I was like one of the last people to move. Anyway, we'll get back to you and let you know what happened.
There you go.
So it ended up being 1,100 points in the chest to me and 1,000 to Yoshi. And so I won because I got the 100 extra points from the Bloodrack Medusa killing the last goblin. So thank you, Landon. You helped me win that game. Otherwise, it would have been Yoshi. I had a lot of fun. I know it was not very fun for everybody that weren't me and Yoshi, because Landon was sandwiched and Casey was just focus fired by a bunch of monsters, and his crap exploded itself. And then Chris exploded himself as well. And so that's never fun.
No.
But I did get some revenge on Landon for his butt whooping that he put on me last game. So anyway, had fun. Hopefully we can play again, and perhaps Casey won't set up across from Yoshi. But me and Casey, we're bros, because we never did anything to each other.
Help some magic phases out. Help him
That's
win
right,
that
yeah.
combat.
Yeah, I help him win those combats, I think, a little bit, and so I'm on board.
MVP.
My MVP? Duh. It's hard to say. Probably, honestly, the Bloodrack Medusa, just because most of my stuff just kind of ran around and didn't do anything until the last couple turns. So it's probably her.
She did carry the win.
Yep.
MVP.
Bolt thrower.
It did. Fucking got my.
Needed 5s to hit. It's 2 targets. Hit both and killed both. So
I need to change my MVP. I'm sorry. Mine was the giant rats that netted me a metric crap ton of points because of some lucky rolling.
That's
at
true.
least 400.
It was 400 or 450 points from those rats.
Wow.
So
Right.
half of my points were from that one rat unit.
How many points of the rats?
Less than 50. Like 46 points.
They're still on the board.
And they ran off the board.
Casey MVP.
Definitely Troglodyte, aka Troglodyte.
Oh yeah, we talked so much crap about it, and it
He
shit
stood
kicked
up-
my chariots.
He stood up for a lot of damage up until he got cleared off the board.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
MVP.
MVP happened to be the ogres,
Yeah.
who just came to watch this event. They weren't doing anything remarkably cooler than hanging out and lobbing some cannon fire. Yeah, they came to hang out with the vampires. Turns out the vampires all went and got drunk and died, and ogre stuck around to celebrate in the after party.
Nice. I'm gonna call my MVP. I don't know. Casket of Souls? Or no. The War Sphinx did it all for me, and the Bone Giant, and the War Boss that's dead. But anyone closing thoughts? Trial and Treachery, it's all right. It just you need better rules for fleeing and other oddball oddities. Like
it needs to be the FAQ.
yeah, if you can't get points when you kill stuff, it's if you don't kill stuff, it's hard to win. But that's it. Thank you for watching.